Welcome to Lions Live 365. I'm your host, Michael Ayers, and today we are breaking down alternative options at pass rusher and free agency. I know a lot of Lions fans want Zadarius Smith back, but he is not our only option. We have to be a little bit, we got to think more outside of the box. Because what if Big Z is saying, hey, I want to be in Detroit, but it has to be at a price that Detroit isn't comfortable with? At the end of the day, we understand that there's a cap situation in Detroit. What they're trying to do is to save money going into next year because they're going to be wildly over the cap, and that's the only reason why they cut Zadarius in the first place. So one, I want to go over. Of course, we just gonna take a look at that cap one more time. 40 million this year, negative 54 million next year. If we don't spend a dime, we're still gonna be negative 14 million. But I believe that we need to add another piece to give that other edge some juice. Unless, Ahmed Hassanin is the greatest, and I refuse to sit here and say Marcus Davenport is going to be the guy. Um, and before I move forward, it's two people that we are not getting, and I'm telling you, I would I'd bet almost my house that we're not getting. We are not getting T.J. Watt, and we're not getting Trey Hendrickson because they're making roughly $20 million this year, and they want $40 million a year over a long period of time. That would basically lock us out of almost all of the other players on young players on our team that we're trying to get paid. The Brian Branches, the Jameson Williams, Aiden Hutchinsons. It wouldn't be possible. We'd be over the cap like $100 million. Some stuff we can make happen, but that is not it. So if you're wondering like what about TJ Watt, what about Trey Hendrickson, that is so far outside of the realm of possibility. I'm not going to waste your time. But one thing I do want to go over kind of is what exactly Z brought to the team last year. Um, he in 421 pass rush snaps, he got us 10 sacks. He led the team in sacks. Um, and at the end of the day, he did give us some quality ball last year, and that's just one of those things where it's kind of like, why'd you cut him? The Browns are giving people crazy contracts. Same thing with Myles Garrett. They keep messing up the market. The NFL teams are literally colluding to not give Browns level contracts out. But I'm a skip that because that's a whole nother subject. But Big Z did a lot for us with the 10 sacks, got some solo tackles. He played 615 snaps, pass rush 421 times. Now the first option I'm gonna show is gonna be more of a budget option. He's a guy that's actually coming off a down year, and that would be Matthew Judon. Matthew Judon went over to Atlanta. He had been uh, basically what like four Pro Bowls back to back to back to back, and it was a big signing for Atlanta. But at the end of the day, it just didn't work out. He was complaining about dropping into coverage too much. As you can see, his pass rush snaps are way down. Like he basically rushed the passer 100 times less than Zadarius and got 6 sacks compared to his 10. So I still believe the ability is there, and I think it may end up being a budget option because he just had a down year at 32. So if we can find a way to get him in at on a cheap deal, in the case we don't get Zadarius back, I think he would be an amazing option. He would fit the scheme. He's really to me. I feel like he's the best option outside of Zadarius for us, um, and the most natural. Um, and he more likely would be the person that would take a prove it deal, where it's just a 1 year deal, not going to dig into our pockets much. And he has some pass rush juice. I really love that. And one of the things I also love about him is that he bats passes down. He causes interceptions and things of that nature. If he can't get to the quarterback, he can still affect the passer by getting that ball out of the air. So that's all. That's a really good option for us. And then there's just one more guy that I was wondering, like, why is nobody, talking about it? and it's just like it baffled me because it's like, all right, I know Big Z, he's a dog, but like it's a Hall of Famer just sitting out of there. Von Miller, like, hey, and he's 35 years old, so he might be a little bit more likely to be like, hey, I'll take a year deal. I don't even gotta play first downs. I can go out there second and third. Instead of James Houston doing that pass rush specialist, it could be Von Miller. He got 6 sacks with half of the pass rush snaps, the 200 compared to Big Z's 4 something. So I'm sitting there thinking like, hey, if we think outside of the box, and this wouldn't be the first time that I thought we were going to have somebody come back and Brad Holmes surprise me and get somebody else who was just as good, because he just did that with Carlton Davis and replacing that person with DJ Reed. Whereas like we got a quality replacement, and we got it cheaper. So if it's possible that we can get either one of these players as an alternative to Big Z, I really think we should. I'm pretty sure Brad is already making the calls, and I'm sure he's talked to people and he's trying to keep things under wraps. But for me, I'm really interested, and if we don't go Zadarius, if we go a veteran, if one of these two are one of the people that get picked. And then that's really all I had to say. And that is all on Lions Live 365. Whether it is game day, draft day, any day in between, I love bringing y'all the news, man. Peace out. Please like and subscribe.